I saw a cave spider spawner somewhere along the outer edges, too.
I say we destroy that.
I was thinking not, because there's no other way to get string.
Oh yeah, and we'll need bows eventually, or we would like bows eventually. We don't really need them.
But we might be able to make like a drop trap.
That is true. It's a shame that we can't get actual, you know, spider wool.
Spider wool.
Yes, spider wool.
Translation, please.
Spider web.
Oh, cobwebs?
Yeah, it's a shame we can't get actual cobwebs. That would be extremely useful. You know, spider wool.
Spider wool.
Oh yeah, that's something else we are going to need. Well, these buckets are actually entirely pointless now, so I'm going to toss them.
Well, keep the buckets. I mean,
that's true.
Eventually we'll get to the Nether and, you know, need to collect.
Oh wait, I have an idea.
Lava.
I have a dastardly idea, as a matter of fact. Where the hell is
I'm sure you do.
Well, no, it's kind of, I wanted to get to work on starting to construct a farm, but we don't have any water. So, I just realized something very silly.
Okay.
Gonna see if this works, too.
Oh, you're gonna try to take the water off of the...
Yep.
And it worked!
So now we have a, or the water spawner. Or the water thing. And I just farted and it smells awful.
We probably should have set up an infinite water source before we set up the skeleton trap.
Yeah, probably. Oh, well.
But I guess we can just wait until nighttime and kill one more water zombie.
Yeah.
Water zombie.
Sounds like an insult. It sounds like some sort of utterly intelligible racial slur like you would hear on Xbox Live. Alright. Let me out. There we go. Where do I want to build this? Ah, I know where I'll build it. Maybe.
Let's see, that's gravel. That's pig.
Uh...
But yeah, there's a pig next door-ish to the cow.
Yeah.
So probably once we get grass to propagate to the cow, we can try to lead it out to the pig also.
Yeah. There. Alright.
What?
Oh, I'm working on a farm.
Oh, here?
Well, this is the only place the water is deep enough. Or that, you know, the land is deep enough. But I'm gonna increase its width over here by 1 to make up.
Let's see, do you still have a bucket, or is there one in the chest?
I've got one.
There's... Well, I'll take the one out of the chest.
I'll put this one in there anyway, since why bother risking it? Going to try and get one of the waters out of there to create an infinite water source.
Yeah, it won't be difficult. Except for the not dying part. That'll be...
Yeah.
Trickier, but I'll manage. The good news is, even when they don't have bows, the skeletons will still get angry and try to attack each other.
That is good. Because as long as you can turn them all on each other, like, you know, an episode of, I don't know, the Ricky Lake Show, then that'll be ideal. Man, I wonder if that was only a Maryland thing.
What?
The Ricky Lake Show.
No, that was national.
Okay, I never know, because there are a whole bunch of weird shows on television in Maryland when I was growing up that I mentioned to people, and they're like, the what show?
The Gong Show.
Bowling for soup. Or bowling for dollars.
I've heard of it. I never saw it, but I'm pretty much willing to bet that it was nationally syndicated.
Well, bowling for dollars originally started in Maryland. That was a Dundalk thing. Because, goddammit, Dundalk. Alright.
Okay, so we've got infinite water over there.
Alright, I'm going to grab carrots and potatoes and start planting. Oh wait, I guess I might as well plant everything since we have so little actual to plant.
I would stick with the carrot, really.
Well, we've got a carrot and a potato and 2 seeds, so I'll plant it all for now. Oh wait, we also have an infinite amount of bone meal.
The thing of it is, the carrot is the most self-sufficient crop.
That's true.
It'll grow the fastest, and it doesn't require cooking for maximum effect.
Oh, it does. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna increase this.
Whereas, you know, wheat, you know, you need 3 wheat to make 1 loaf of bread.
That's true.
And you have to cook potatoes to get the most effect out of them, so...
Now I'll put a safety wall around here. There. Alright, good enough. Yeah. Oh, only 2, but... Alright, well, let's dump the potatoes in the chest then, and we'll save them in case of emergency.
I'll harvest some more bone.
Well, there's like a stack.
I know.
Oh, fair enough. I hate these goddamn zombies, I really do.
Well, then take the door off for a while.
That way they just run out and burst into flames.
And knock you off the side.
See, it sounded awesome up until that part.
But no, take the door out and put a block there.
Yeah.
So they can't get out.
I won't worry about it at a later point. Right now I'm just going to worry about carrots.
Okay, I'm coming back with some more bone meal.
Alright, let me put down some awesome carrot supplies.
Remember when we were talking about doing this map and we were thinking about how easily we would exploit it?
Yeah.
Just because we're us?
Yeah.
Proof of concept.
Yeah. No, I'm sure the creators thought about this being, you know, pretty standard, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if you actually do get more food if you use a hoe. I've never been able to get anyone to answer that.
I think it might slightly increase the chance of a higher yield.
I mean, carrots.
Yay, food that doesn't actually inflict me with more hunger.
Yeah.
Because eating zombies is like eating rabbit.
Really? You just get more hungry? I've never had rabbit.
It's a thing.
Actually,
well,
no, I
you
have,
don't. You don't feel more hungry, but if you only eat rabbit meat,
yeah, you don't get all the nutrition you need.
yeah, you will still starve to death.
Yeah. I still remember a rather horrifying news interview I saw ages and ages ago. It was around Easter, and this guy was at this woman's rabbit farm. Like, and I remember it because my parents flipped their shit because it was on the news, you know, in plain sight. And they were at this woman's rabbit farm, and the news guy was sitting there interviewing this woman. And he was like, you know, I wouldn't mind a rabbit. And she was like, well, do you want it for food or for a pet? And I was like, well, I haven't had Hassenpfeffer in, you know, a really long time, joking around. And the woman nodded, grabbed the rabbit who she had been holding the whole time, petting by the back feet, swung it against a tree, and then handed it to him. And
then they cut quick back to the studio, didn't they?
They didn't cut quick enough because the man was standing there with a look of horror on his face.
Not quick enough, but they did cut back.
Yeah, and it was one of those things I very clearly remember someone or people flipping their shit about that, probably with valid reason, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so.
But I cannot actually find a copy of it anywhere, yet I know people made a big deal about it, so I know it happened.
Right.
But I guess it was one of those things, you know, those many events that just didn't survive, or didn't make it anywhere. Like,
I guess.
well, you know, or at least it wasn't recorded.
Right.
But it was kind of, the early days of, well, not the early days of VCR, they had existed since the 70s, technically, but most people still didn't have them at that point.
Yeah, when they were still expensive and,
Yeah.
and top-loading.
I can't remember how the hell we even ended up getting one, and top-loading VCRs are junk.
Well, that was the first VCR my dad had.
Yeah, I mean, they're the first VCRs most people had, but my dad took electronics repair back in the day when, you know, you could just take a course for that.
Right.
And it wasn't something you needed to devote an entire goddamn life to. But, anytime anyone brought him a top-loading VCR, like, can you fix this? He'd just go, haha, no. No. Because I helped him take those courses and books back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember. It was some technical college thing that, as far as I know, doesn't exist anymore. But it was one of those actual places where they would actually train you what you needed to know as opposed to just being a scam.
Right.
But yeah, they pretty much just said, anyone brings you a top-loading VCR, laugh in their face and say you're sorry. Like, well, gonna laugh in their face, maybe you should not just, or maybe you shouldn't say you're sorry, because, you know, sound a bit fake. But the problem is that people don't take into account VCRs are actually surprisingly complex mechanical pieces of crap. And when you add in the top-loading element, all of a sudden you have something that probably could have served multiple functions on the space shuttle. And it's always, the gears in them are always made out of the cheapest material, too. It's garbage. Usually made out of compressed Teflon.
Wow.
And it's just, wow, this is, junk. Wow.
Of course, if they make them out of compressed Teflon, they don't have to be lubricated.
No. Yeah. Let's just carrot. Oh, wow, carrots do pretty good.
They do.
Alright, so...
Unless you try to beat a fence with them.
No. That would not work. So I've got 28 carrots in there. Actually, we're going to have more because I've got bone meal.
And slowly but surely, the grass is making its way to the cow.
And soon we'll have cow meats and we won't need any of this bullshit. So we'll probably keep the farm going just because.
Yeah. I mean, once you get a good-sized farm like that going, it'll produce quicker than beating cows to death.
And eventually we'll have to build an automatic farm just to prove because.
Although you probably shouldn't have covered all this water over.
Why? It doesn't actually affect it.
Infinite water source.
Oh, well then I'll take out the block in the middle. I did that so that we couldn't accidentally have...
I know. I was just saying, you know, part of the intent was we have infinite water here.
Yeah,
so.
that's a good point. It uses so much bone meal now. I get that it was too easy and they wanted to make it harder, but they could have changed it so that on higher difficulty settings it took more bone meal, and on lower ones it didn't.
Yeah.
Because I like playing on normal or easy sometimes. There. I might as well harvest these and replant them because it's not like more are going to grow. And then I think I'll just let them grow on their own.
Yeah, I think we're at a point where we don't have to fertilize as much.
Yeah, we actually have a backlog of food now.
Yeah, and it didn't come from zombies.
Yeah. It's food.
Although I guess I picked up a carrot from you harvesting, or a zombie dropped one. I have a carrot now.
Yeah.
Hard to tell which, since it's all right here.
Like you said, it's food that doesn't make you hungry.
Yeah. I don't particularly like the taste of carrots, but you know.
I like carrots raw. I don't like them cooked.
I don't really like, well, cooked isn't very fun either, but I don't really care for either application.
Fair enough. It's all personal taste. Let's see. I guess that...
Okay, so let's see what we've accomplished just for this one session. We started with nothing.
Yeah.
And now we have an infinite zombie generator.
Yep.
To provide us as much dirt as we'll ever need.
Yeah.
We've got a skeleton generator that provides us with bone meal, arrows, and wood.
Mm-hmm.
If only we could ever get, you know, bows or something.
Yeah, eventually. You'll need to put that furnace back down.
Well, I'm not the one who took it. we're halfway to having a cow generator.
And then we can move on to iron and cobble.
We've got a farm.
We do with that.
Which, in this application, I think a farm is pretty remarkable to accomplish.
It is, considering we are floating above oblivion.
Yes.
We have a farm hovering over nothing.
It's a nice farm, too.
It is. It's going to provide us with food and, you know...
Hey, carrot.
And, yeah, that. But, we can get access to... That reminds me, I should probably go kill a couple... Oh, wait, we have buckets and water. I don't need to go kill any more of those water guys. So, yeah, we have access to water. We can easily have access to coal next session if we need it.
Mm-hmm. Along with the cobblestone and the iron.
Mm-hmm. So, really, I think we're doing well.
Oh, we're doing extremely well.
But I still want to build an absolutely ridiculously grandiose house.
Yes, and I think that's a more realistic expectation at this point, too.
Yeah, I mean, at first it was kind of a, I don't know how real or how that's going to turn out. Or if...
Well, it would have turned out terribly earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think we can manage it. Maybe we could build it on top of the zombie machine.
I think what would be really neat is to build it above everything else, and then have it so that there were ladders that led down to various spawners. We could have, like, each thing on its own individual... No, well, this is pretty goddamn... I don't know, I want it to be something strange. Well, we could have... Once we get the resources, we could always have minecarts leading to, each one.
I don't trust minecarts on servers.
That's true. The lag can do interesting things, and since we're currently hovering over a chasm of death...
Yeah.
But I think this is probably a good place to call the recording for this session.
Maybe what we should do is build canals.
Canals would not
and just
be bad.
boat everywhere.
Canals could be enjoyable.
And we'll just boat everywhere.
I like that idea, actually. Let's make it...
Actually, you know what we should do?
Hmm?
We should install the airship mod.
I think what we'll do is if we do use the airship mod, we'll use it after we've actually completed every goal. And we'll, like, take a break and fancify everything, then put in the airship mods. That way we can, you know, float around like pimps.
We would just have to make sure to get a lot of balloons, because...
Yeah.
If we build an airship and it sinks, we're kind of screwed.
Yeah, yeah. But thankfully, the majority of things wouldn't stick to it. But we might do that. We can fly, after we've beaten it, we can fly around like Scooty pins.
Let's see, what is that spawner past the cow?
Past the cow's
Oh, that's the iron. Yeah.
And over there is...
I see obsidian.
Yeah.
What's that one, clay?
That's either clay or gravel.
No, gravel's on the other side.
That's gravel. Maybe it's sand then, I can't see from here. No, that's clay.
I think that's clay.
Sand is further than it on...
Yeah, I think the sand is over to the...
The sand's right over here, I'm dumb. That might be sandstone.
No, that's sand, I can see the texture.
I said I'm relying on eyesight.
Yeah, I know.
There's lapis. Yeah, cobble is definitely...
Actually, what we could do is build a house that's disconnected from everything and attach it with portals.
That would be kind of neat.
Put enhanced portals in.
If we do...
Because with the lapis and obsidian generators and, you know, bone mealing the grass to get roses...
I said, if we do that, we'll do that after we've, finished.
Well, yeah, that would be after we, you know, construct a homestead and...
I should probably...
You know, have essentially won.
I should probably stop recording.
Yeah, I think we're done for now.
Yeah. But we've done good. I'm gonna put all my shit away just to make sure I don't come in and instantly fall off of something stupid.
That's probably a good idea. I should probably do the same thing, so I won't.
Yeah, fair enough.